someone to come here and rescue us. This is ridiculous. 2018 on a wet valley steep. A baller in red who was number 15. He's come from us.
Chiefs or die.
He's throwing first downs. He's throwing touchdowns. He can throw it to the moon. And I like him more than you. I think he knows karate. Gonna defeat the Illuminati. Shoots lasers from his eyes. He invented curly fries. Yeah.
Final score from Frankfurt, Germany. Your Kansas City Chiefs, 21. The Miami Dolphins, 14. In a game where your Kansas City Chiefs stormed out to a 21-point lead. In a game where your Kansas City Chiefs showed in the first half that they were not only the team of the day, not only the team of the AFC, but the team of the National Football League. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Kansas City Chiefs freaks worldwide of all ages, we felt good. We felt great about our team overall in the first half. And we're going to ride that for this show. I came out. I don't do shows every week, but this week was an important week to do the show. Your Kansas City Chiefs were playing in Germany, and it was a big game. Fidel, blocker from Chiefs or Die and his group, went to the game. And they came out, met Britt Chief. You know Britt Chief. They got together, and Chiefs Kingdom was proud and strong from not only Britt Chief, but from not only Chiefs Fidel Blocker, but the Chiefs, with the game on the line, stood tall. Now we're going to talk the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're going to break it down, folks, because we saw a lot of great things, a lot of concerning things, and a lot of things that left a scratch in our head. When you're a world champion, every opponent comes at you wanting to take you down. The Chiefs came out of this game full of hype, full of piss and vinegar, baby. They came out strong. First drive, 75 yards. Your Kansas City Chiefs go down the field. Rashee Rice catches a wide receiver screen, gets a couple of good blocks down the field, squeezes his way through to the end zone. Rashee Rice scores a touchdown. Picture perfect script offensive drive to start the game. Now, the defense really stepped up. The Dolphins, who couldn't get anything going offensively in the first half, stopped the Dolphins. Then the Chiefs kind of go into this lull. And here's what concerns me, folks. Here's what concerns me about the Kansas City Chiefs. On third downs, when they're in the lull in the first half, they had to punt 4 straight times. Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, and Rashee Rice weren't on the field on those third downs. Tom Hood, third and short, we're still trying to pass. Yes, Tom. I'm going to break that down, Tom. Good point. I'm not going to let that go. What is going on, Terry Singleton? Hey, Shaggy. What's up, buddy? You're a Bengals fan, but you've been watching the show since last season before your matchup. Been a fan. Hey, Rao Izzy, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all the support from Bengals fans. And if you guys got anything you want to ask, throw it up here. Go ahead and do it. I'll answer them. But specifically to this game, Rashee Rice wasn't on the field a lot. Kadarius Toney's hardly on the field at all. He caught one pass and got 17 yards on the play, and we never see him. But the Chiefs, with the Chiefs having no momentum, facing 3rd and 5 at their own 5 in the second quarter, Patrick Mahomes throws to his left, and Rashee Rice makes an incredible diving catch to move the chains. It expanded the momentum. It expanded the drive. What's going on, Caleb? You know, Great point, Caleb. You know, it expanded the drive on that 3rd and 5, and then the Chiefs were able to have a monster 8.5-minute drive. Patrick Mahomes, it's Jerick McKinnon for 17 yards, and the Chiefs go up 14-0. Chiefs having all the momentum. But you know what was key, folks? That 3rd and 5 catch, diving catch by Rashee Rice while the Chiefs were facing 3rd and 5 at their own 5. It only takes one guy to move the chains. The Chiefs offense needs to keep putting their playmakers out on the field. Now, I know people might be saying, hold on, Shaggy. You wanted Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney out there. They're both prone to dropping the balls in the 2023 season. Yes, I want them out there because they can create some separation. MVS Noah Gray, while they did have a couple of catches today, they don't create the separation. And the Chiefs were able to make a play on 3rd and 5 at their own 5 to keep that long 8.5-minute drive going for a touchdown. That was huge. That was the last offensive scoring drive the Chiefs had the rest of the game. And think about it, folks. 3rd down and 5 at your own 5-yard line with the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes hits Rashee Rice on a great diving catch. Rashee Rice deserves the game ball today. Not only because of that drive, and it kept it going for an 8.5-minute, 95-yard scoring drive, because he's growing as a wide receiver, and because the Chiefs did nothing else in the second half. So we got to keep our playmakers out on the field on 3rd down. Kadarius Toney was hyped to be the number 1 wide receiver going into this offseason. He's barely played since week 1. That's a concern. You need him out on the field. But Miami down 14-0. They're trying to scurry into some sort of scoring position to at least maybe get a field goal before they get the ball back open in the second half. Trent McDuffie ran into Tyreek Hill. Trent McDuffie met Tyreek Hill. What does Trent McDuffie do? Pops Tyreek. Gets them to fumble the football. Mike Evans, the free agent pickup from Tampa Bay, picks it up, smartly looks around, sees who he can lateral it to because Cheetah was trying to bring him down for the tackle. He laterals it to Brian Cook, the dirty cookie. That's what I call him. Thanks, my brother Rob, for that nickname. He picks up the fumble and scurries 75 yards down the field. Yes, great point for a touchdown. Then the Chiefs are up 21-0. They're feeling really good about themselves for halftime. Then the Chiefs get a punt. The Dolphins get a punt. You're feeling, okay, the blowouts can ensue. But the Chiefs offense went back to that lull. Then the Chiefs punted. Then the Dolphins faced in 3rd and 20 at their own 37-yard line. And this is key. This is key, ladies and gentlemen. Tua dumps it off for a 9-yard gain. So it would have been a 46-yard field goal to make the game 21-10 because the Dolphins already had scored. So it was 21-7. Tua dumps it off. So rather than having a 46-yard field goal, Chris Jones, for some strange reason after the play was over, goes up and slams the left guard for the Dolphins. Unacceptable. Unacceptable, 95. You got to do better because that play alone brought the Dolphins back. All the momentum that the Chiefs had in the first half was lost when Chris Jones decided to take on a personal agenda on himself to do that. You want to get the money this year, Chris Jones? You got to act like a pro. You got to act like a leader. You got to act like you've been here before. That was a rookie mistake. A rookie getting frustrated by not having momentum, takes it on his own, puts the game on his own selfish shoulders and slams the left guard. Completely unacceptable, Chris Jones. When it comes to contract negotiation time, Veach is going to pull that out of his ass and say, yeah, you know what though, Chris? With the game on the line in Germany and we had all the momentum, rather than him kicking a field goal to go up to keep our 11-point lead, you decided to give all the momentum back to the Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins went and scored the very next play on a 14-yard touchdown run by Raheem Mostert. Then it's game on. Now, what Tom Hood just brought up. The Chiefs' defense, in the second half, they were bend but don't break. But let's be honest, folks. Let's be honest. The Chiefs' offense wasn't doing the defense any favors. Even though Chris Jones was trying to cost the game, they weren't doing any favors. They weren't doing it. And on third and inches, with the game on the line after the Chiefs forced a punt. Well, let's go back. Let's backtrack. The Dolphins are trying to drive inside of 5 minutes. They're at the Kansas City Chiefs 38-yard line. There's 5.5 minutes left in this game. This game is like, okay, D, you got to step up. Raheem Mostert gets blasted by Willie Gay, who stepped up at the biggest time to make a 7-yard loss. So now it's 2nd and 17. Now the clock's getting down to 5 minutes. Then the next play, Tershon Wharton comes up the middle, gets another monster sack. It's 3rd and 26. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs have them on 3rd and 26. They get an incomplete pass, force a punt. Now, the Dolphins only have 2 timeouts left. The Chiefs take over. I don't know why Baby Cheetah, McCole Hardman, decided to catch the punt at the 1. Come on, Baby Cheetah, let that go in the end zone. But that was irrelevant just because of the fact that all we wanted to do was in the clock. It wouldn't have mattered, in my opinion, if the Chiefs' final possession started at the 10 or 20, because you're just thinking, get first downs. Just get first downs. So then your Kansas City Chiefs hit Kelsey for 6, a pass. Okay, now it's 2nd and 4. Handoff Pacheco, he pushes up. It's 3rd and inches. With the game on the line, 3rd and inches, 2.5 minutes left in the game, what you want to do on 3rd and inches is just hand off or a quarter sneak. You take the ball under center and you push yourself forward, Patrick Mahomes, or line up an I formation with Blake Bell as your fullback. You get the first down with 2.5 minutes left in the game. Then the Dolphins start using their timeouts. Then you go get another first down. And the offense wins the game. The offense should have won this game. But Andy Reid on 3rd and inches inside his own 20-yard line tries a fade route to Noah Gray. Kelsey was triple covered, so we try a fade route. So as soon as the ball went incomplete, I said to myself, and I said to the room listening, the only reason you call that play on 3rd and inches is because you are going to go for it on 4th and inches. You do not call that play on 3rd and inches unless you're going to go for it on 4th and inches. You say the game's on the line. I just called a dumb play. I need to win it here on 4th and inches. Patrick Mahomes, or Blake Bell. Well, not Blake Bell. That play's getting stuffed. You win the game on 4th and inches with a run. You got to ride Creed Humphrey. You got to ride Trey Smith. You got to ride these guys for inches. And with the game on the line, Andy Reid decided to punt. Andy Reid decided to punt. Wow. Which shows a bad coaching decision. You do not call a fade to Noah Gray or try to pass to Kelsey. Kelsey was triple coverage. The Dolphins, Vic Fangio, the Dolphins defensive coordinator, really did a great job. I'm going to get back to my point, but Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, has always done a good job frustrating Patrick, even when he was the head coach of the Broncos. So the defensive coordinator for the Dolphins really took Kelsey out of the game. I mean, Tom Hood, Andy has no faith in this offense. It makes you wonder. It really does. And you know what? I don't know why we refuse to run. But with the game on the line, if you're going to throw that pass, I can't stress it enough. I'm going to be a broken record even next Tuesday on Arrowhead Allies with Noah Clint and Brian B. Shine and Mikhail Matthew from 103 Jams. If you're going to 3rd and inches, you're going to try a 5-yard fade to Noah Gray because Travis Kelsey was triple coverage, then you go for it on 4th down to win the game. Completely, utterly, professionally, unacceptable. The Chiefs could have lost this game by making that call. But the defense and Steve Spagnuolo bailed out Andy Reid and his bonehead calling in the second half. You know, people might be saying, hold on, Shaggy. Andy Reid's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Andy Reid is the reason why the Chiefs are living in this dynasty era that we should all reap what he's sown. But ladies and gentlemen, when you're the offense and you are an offensive guru on 3rd and inches with 2.5 minutes left in the ball game, you put the game away. I don't care if it's at your own 20. I don't care if it's at your own 10-yard line. You, on 3rd and inches, run the ball for a first down. And if not, if you're going to throw a fade, 5-yard fade to Noah Gray because Travis Kelce's triple covered, you go for it on 4th and down, 4th and inches. But let's go. Okay, we're all scratching our heads on that series. Chiefs punt, the Dolphins drive again, and what do you know? With the game on the line, 4th and 10, Tua Tagovailoa drops the snap. I don't know if the game was too big for him, but props to Spagnuolo. Tranquil was coming up the middle. Tua took his eyes off him because he took his eyes off the snap because he saw number 23, Drew Tranquil, coming. He saw the pressure, and that pressure was too much for Tua Tagovailoa to handle. He dropped the snap, ball game. The dirty cookie, Brian Cook, jumps on him for the sack, and your Kansas City Chiefs are victorious, 21-14. Now, you guys, this was a game that it's good to win, but it also showed some problems. We're going to get to these stats, ladies and gentlemen, but these Chiefs have an issue with what wide receivers are going to be on the field at certain times, and Patrick Mahomes is not taking advantage of it because there's no continuity. There's no really time to gel. With a game on the line, you have to hit Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice needs to be out there in important situations. I like Noah Gray. I like MVS, but and I'm not slamming them. I'm not being negative. Those two guys are just decent backup tight end, and MVS is a decent wide receiver. We need clutch players because big players make big plays in big-time games, and the Chiefs wide receivers aren't on the field when it's time to make these big plays. And it's paramount that they get on the field to make these big plays. Now, let's see here. Let's get to these stats, baby. Let's get to your Kansas City Chiefs stats, and we'll break it down specifically on what's going on. Chiefs win the game, and Patrick Mahomes was 20 of 35 for 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 185 yards, that's a good game for Alex Smith. Patrick Mahomes wants to be the best. Now, I know every game's not going to be sexy. I'd take an ugly win over a pretty loss, and that's what we had in the second half of this game. Yeah, I know Patrick Mahomes did fumble it. He did fumble the football. He took a sack, and that was troubling. But what you want to see, let me get the rest of these stats here, folks. Let me see here. What you want to see from your team is more continuity. Isaiah Pacheco had 16 carries for 66 yards, and receiving, he didn't catch anything. Jerick McKinnon had one rush for 2 yards. LaMichael Pirine had 1 for 1. Noah Gray was your Kansas City Chiefs leading receiver with 3 receptions for 34 yards. He was targeted 3 times. Sky Moore was second with your receiving yards. 2 receptions for 33 yards. He was targeted 3 times. Jerick McKinnon, 2 receptions for 22 yards. He caught that touchdown pass. That was huge. Marquise Valdez-Scantling, MVS was 2 for 22. He was targeted 3 times. Kadarius Toney, 1 catch for 18 yards. Where is he? Rashee Rice was 2 for 17. Only targeted twice. Of course, the 11-yard touchdown reception. Justin Watson was 2 for 15. Props. Like I said, we got to give props to Vic Fangio for taking Travis Kelce out of the ball game. 3 catches for 14 yards. McCole Hardman, 3 for 10. We got to work on that, folks. It's definitely a concern. The Chiefs aren't getting any separation. The Chiefs are good, okay? Let's go. I'm not going to be all negative because this was an important win. Like I said, you take ugly wins over beautiful losses. But we just have to do better. We have to be able to cause some sort of separation to get on the field and do what we got to do. Let me see here. Let's look at the defense, because the defense has really stepped up. The defense is really carrying this team, and that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see moving forward. Let's look at these stats here. The defense, Chris Jones had one tackle. One tackle today for Chris Jones. Justin Reed had 3 tackles. Matt Dickerson had 1 tackle. Our sacks were Tashawn Wharton, Jalen Watson, and Leo Chenal. Let me read this again. Our sacks were Tashawn Wharton, Leo Chenal, and Jalen Watson were the people that got the sacks. I guess they aren't calling that fumble by Tua Tagovailoa a sack. Let me see. I'm having trouble reading this here. Come on. I'm trying to read your comments, guys, but for some reason my comments aren't coming through very good. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Tom Hood, the short yardage is a problem. It is a problem moving forward. It is something that we are concerned about. Let me see here. Well, I'm having trouble reading your comments. They're coming in kind of squirgly. I can barely read Tom Hood's. I don't know why my comments are coming in off kilter. It's almost as if they're German. Oh, man. But you know what? I need to eat crow. I'm having trouble reading your comments. They're not coming up on my phone. Let me see if this helps. Nope. Chat viewing options. Top chat. Sometimes. Yes, the others need to definitely step up and be reliable. Definitely, without a doubt. I mean, all messages are visible. Okay. Okay, I'm reading these, and wow. I'm having trouble, folks. I'm having trouble reading these comments. I don't know if they're out of sync or why is it doing that, but it's all blurred. It's a good thing I don't do this regularly anymore. But folks, I appreciate you watching today's show. Be happy about this because of the fact that we have 2 weeks to get ready for the Philadelphia Eagles, and we have to take this bye, and we got to learn from it. You know, we're going to be back. I'll be back later on throughout the season. And let me see this here. The Chiefs need to figure out a way to get it done. The Chiefs have to figure out a way to get it done here moving forward. And, you know, Rashee Rice's upside is definitely nice to see at the bye. The fact that the Chiefs are the number 1 seed in the AFC is something that you love to see at the bye. The Chiefs, hey man, thanks for the kind words. Here's what I read. Running the hidden game fan sense. Keep it up. I'm sorry, I'm only seeing partial reads. You can tell I'm not obviously a YouTube liver. I don't do this all the time anymore. I built up 4,000 subscribers and followers, and I thank you guys enough. The past 7 years have been great. The Chiefs are the team of the dynasty. We're in a dynasty era, and it's something to be proud of. The defense is playing at a level that, we haven't got to really enjoy, but it doesn't mean that the offense should continue to struggle. It doesn't mean that the offense should get a pass, especially when you got an offense like Andy Reid. Are there some concerns the next 2 weeks before the Chiefs play the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night? Yes. But that game is at Arrowhead. The Chiefs have 2 weeks to figure it out. Rashee Rice needs to be on the field more. Kadarius Toney needs to be that guy that's on the field more. There's no reason why Kadarius Toney is not on the field as much as he should be. Kadarius Toney needs to be on the field. It was nice to see Sky Moore. He caught a couple of passes today. He dropped some. There's definitely something to be happy about, and we're going to be happy about it, folks. I want to thank you for joining me on this today's show. I hope every one of you has an awesome 2 weeks. I hope every one of you has an awesome bye week. And I love every single one of you. Tune in Tuesday night with Arrowhead Allies, and we'll break it down even further. Be happy for the win. So much for winning, Tyreek. You know what they say. 2 Super Bowl rings, Patrick. 1 Super Bowl ring, Tyreek. 2 Super Bowls, Patrick. 1 Tyreek. 2 Super Bowls, 1 Tyreek. Eat shit. We'll see you in January at Arrowhead, and we'll give it to you again, my friend. Woo! You got to love the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm eating crow because I was wrong on my prediction. I'm eating crow, and it don't taste good, but I'm super proud of my Kansas City Chiefs for delivering. Enjoy the bye week, folks. This is a fun time to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Until 2 weeks from tomorrow. 4 miles from my house is Arrowhead Stadium, which is only a short drive to the countryside. Where you going? You can't run and hide. So many questions. Questions like, dang, Andy Reid. Fade to Noah Gray on 3rd and inches with the game on the line, and you're not going to go for it on 4th? Matt Nagy, nobody's going to blame Andy Reid. So, Matt Nagy, you better get ready for heat. The heat will come at Matt Nagy. It won't come for Andy Reid because everybody loves him, even though it's Andy Reid's fault. Work it out, Andy. You got to win the game. Props to Spagnola. The defense gets the game ball. Props to Fidel Blocker from Chiefs or Die, taking his crew overseas to go to the game. If you want to experience a real Chiefs game on the road, get with Fidel at Chiefs or Die. He will take care of you at a reasonable price. You will love the experience. You will love the whole thing, but you got to be a diehard. Props to Britt Chief, Fidel Blocker, Chiefs or Die, the entire crew. Amazing. Guys, we're in a dynasty era. Let's enjoy the 2 weeks. Let's work on the concerns. Tune in to Arrowhead Allies Tuesday, and we'll break it down even more. I love you guys. I will be back later on in the regular season. Hopefully I'll get this YouTube live chat figured out because it's showing me distorted words. The words they're all blocked out. I don't know what happened. I love you. Thank you for all joining me. You guys all kick ass. Until I see you again Tuesday night at 6 o'clock Central Time, this is Shaggy Shane saying, I'll see you in 2 weeks, but I'll see you Tuesday on Kansas City Chiefs, Arrowhead Allies, via Starcade Media. We'll keep it going. Way to go, Chiefs. Until next Tuesday, this is Shaggy Shane saying, holla! That's Delta Shade, Dark Days, my theme song the last 8 years. Check them out online. Go Chiefs, baby!